Welcome to this quick tutorial on change of base rule, rewriting logarithms, and writing some logarithmic numeric value in terms of some other logarithmic values. So when we look at this problem, we are trying to write the log base 2 of 140 in terms of x and y. Now one thing that I see here that I want to work with is the fact that we have a log base 2. So ideally we want to get x and y both involving the log base 2, and ideally inside x and y we would like to have a prime number or some type of a simplified number overall with which to work. So let's start with x equals log base 5 of 8. We're going to rewrite this given the fact that 8 is 2 cubed, as x equals log base 5 of 2 cubed. We'll pull the exponent out front, x equals 3 log base 5 of 2. And we'll divide both sides by 3, so we get x over 3 as log base 5 of 2. Now we will invoke our change of base rule. So if we want to change the base here, the log base 2 of 5 is the reciprocal of the log base 5 of 2. So this is going to turn out to be 3 over x. Now to do that, you have to have the log expression isolated. And when we interchange the base and the input, it takes the reciprocal of what we had. So next up, the next key item that we're going to consider is how to work with y equals the log base 2 of 49, which means y is the log base 2 of 7 squared. Pull the exponent out front, y is 2 log base 2 of 7, or y over 2 is the log base 2 of 7. So we have two things that we can work with at this point. And now what we got to do is we have to go to this log base 2 of 140, simplify it, and hopefully get it in terms of a log base 2 of 5 and a log base 2 of 7. So log base 2 of 140, this is when we're going to work on factoring, is the log base 2 of 2 times 70, which is the log base 2 of 2 times 35, which is the log base 2 of 2 squared times 5 times 7, which is going to be 2 times the log base 2 of 2, plus the log base 2 of 5, plus the log base 2 of 7. That's just using that the log of a product is the sum of the logs and then pulling an exponent out front. Now be careful because the log base 2 of 2 is just 1. So this first thing, 1 times 2 is 2. Log base 2 of 5 is the 3 over x that we found over here. And last but not least, the log base 2 of 7 is y over 2. So the answer to our question of what is the log base 2 of 140 in terms of x and y, we have just solved for it. And once you get the hang of this again, it's not bad. The idea is to watch for what base you want to build. Build it for both your x and your y expressions. Do your best to reduce the number inside the log as much as possible, and then reduce the number inside the log as much possible, and plug things in accordingly. Logs really are quite nifty, and once you get the hang of them, they're really not all that difficult.